Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gerrit Harding, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to use the corner pinning technique inside of Davinci Resolve. With this technique you'll be able to change phone screens, TV screens, photos, basically anything with four corners you'll be able to change with this technique. So make sure you've hit that sub button, make sure you've clicked that bell, and without any further ado, let's jump into this video. Here we have what is known as a phone screen. I have downloaded a green background with some tracking points on it. Just found it online. Might be copyrighted, hope not. But that's what we're going to track today, and we'll just go ahead and get this thing corner pinned in no time. We're going to get this thing corner pinned from green background to whatever we want background. So first thing we need to do is jump over into Fusion. And now that we're here, just a quick little sneak peek. This is what our final node web is going to look like, something like this. But right now we're starting with a media in and a media out. That is all we need. So we're going to select our media in so that it's outlined in red. And we're going to hit Shift Space and we're going to type in planar tracker. And then once you see it, go ahead, click it, hit add, and we're ready to get started. So make sure you're at the beginning of your clip here. So we'll go back one, nothing. So we'll go back forward. And then we're going to grab point area over here. I have other videos on how to do a basic track. If you need those, they will be in the description down below. So go check those out and then pop back over here. We are going to draw a quick track, quick and easy here, just around the fingers and skaboom. We have to set our reference time. Go ahead and pop that forward. It tracked literally nothing. So we'll go back to here. We'll pop that forward again. This time it grabbed it. And it looks like it's keeping up pretty well for how much movement I put in there. And now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and import this screenshot that I took of my actual phone background. And then we'll drag that right onto our planar tracker. And then we're going to make this a corner pin. And we're going to drag that up there. And this to that one. This to this one. And this to this one. Then we're going to zoom way in. You do that by just holding control and scrolling. So we're going to zoom way in, and then we're going to hold middle mouse to move around wherever we want. And we're going to make sure that corner is just so. And we'll scoot on over here. Get that corner just right as well. Don't worry about them being pointy. We're going to fix that in a minute. The more careful you are with this step and all of the repetitions of this step that we have to do, the better end result you will get for sure. So we have that done, and now we're going to mask this. The only reason we're masking this is so that we can round off the corners. So we're going to make it a little tiny bit bigger than it actually needs to be here. Just drag that out, and then we're going to go over here, and with our corner radius, we're just going to trim that down, and then maybe make this a little smaller and then reduce that radius a little bit just so it matches up there in the corner of the phone screen. And now that we've done that, we're going to go back through and make sure that all of our corner pins are where they're supposed to be. So just make sure you can't see any of that green showing through. That's going to be very helpful. That one is good enough. So we're gonna go zoom back out. What's going on up there? Oh, it's just not reflecting. Alright, and then so we get that reflection, instead of just cutting it off right there, we're going to copy our media in number one. We're going to paste it down here, and then we are going to go ahead and shift space again, but this time we're going to get a luma keyer. What this is going to do is grab areas on your screen of a certain luminance or brightness. So we're trying to get so that the reflections, which are white, are going to show up brighter than the green. So we're trying to get just the reflections to show through on top of this. What we're going to do is after this planar tracker, we're going to make a merge node. And then we're going to merge this so that it's on top of the planar tracker here. You'll see that we get some stuff showing through right away. we are going to fix that with some blur. Blur those right out. They just go right away. And then we're going to expand a bit. So now that we have that Luma keyer on there and we fiddled with the settings a little bit, we're going to get some of those reflections shining through, and it's just going to help this to look a lot more natural. So we are going to go ahead and hit play. That looks pretty good. Okay, you can see when I start moving it around, we get a little bit of an issue with some of that green showing through, just because it's having a little bit of trouble keeping up with the track. So we'll go back to one of those areas and I will show you how to get that fixed up. Now that we're here, we're going to click on our planar tracker and we're going to zoom way in on the corner that is being offensive. And we're going to drag our corner of our corner pin so that we can't see that anymore. And if you need to do this for multiple frames, don't do it frame by frame, because you're going to get a horrible looking, like, skippy screen. It's going to jitter and you might not know why, but that's why. Make sure when you're making these corrections that you leave at least probably 8 to 12 frames between each change so that you don't get any weird, unnatural looking jitter. We're going to double click down here so that we can get a better visual, and then we will scroll through and try to find any more areas where the green might be showing through, just like that. Then we'll grab our tracker again, we'll zoom way in, and then we'll just fix that corner. Then we zoom here, gotta fix the bottom up, grab our tracker, fix the bottom up, just like that. And then zoom back in, we start scrubbing again until we see green. There we go, right there. Grab the tracker, zoom in, cover that green up, zoom back out. And then just rinse and repeat this process until you have what you're looking for. So if we go out into our edit window here, that immediately looks bad. So right here is looking a little bit funky. We're just going to bring this corner more toward the corner. And then the bottom, we are going to do the same thing, just like that. Looks a little sharp, so we're going to go back into our rectangle mask and we are going to turn that corner radius up just a little bit, get those a little bit more rounded off, and then we'll zoom back out. So that's kind of a rough draft, but if we pop into the edit page and then watch this back, you'll see that it comes together pretty well, pretty quickly, and it's relatively easy to do. The more time you take doing this, the better this is going to look. So make sure you take your time in Fusion while you are putting this together, because it's worth the effort in the end. If you do this lazily, it's going to look really bad. So make sure you spend the time to make it look as good as you want it to look in your project. Alright, so we'll give this a watch and we'll see how it looks. As the phone screen goes, it looks really good, but my fingers over here are going to need some light rotoscoping, a little bit of masking, no big deal. And this effect is going to look great. Again, you can see some of that green popping through, but spend your time in Fusion. Get this looking as good as you can, because it really is a cool effect. You can use this for all sorts of things, all the way from just changing what your phone looks like to having a hologram pop out of it and track when you move your phone. Hey, Editing Gerrit here. I was just, editing this, and I realized that I forgot to tell you that little thing about the holograms there, that's going to be next week's video. So make sure you get this one down before next week, because we're going to get into some advanced stuff that is all built off of this technique. So let the anticipation build, and I'll let you get back to the video. It's a pretty cool effect, and I highly encourage you to go out and just play with it until you get some ideas going and use it in your edits. Hopefully that taught you everything that you were looking to know about this technique. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments down below, or if you just want to say hi, you can do that down there too. That's going to do it for this video, and I will see you next Thursday.